So next we get ready to watch Canadian Cristina Rennie, and this is Flight of the Arabesque. It's beautiful white blaze. We were also talking earlier, Liz, and I mentioned it with you a little bit, but just, you know, so much goes into the prep work here. There's hats off and a tremendous thank you to the team behind all these horses, from owners to grooms to, even if you're a rider, grooming yourself, like every little detail, because it's everyone we're going to see here on the international stage this week has worked so hard to get to be here. And, you know, it's a few minutes that you hope it goes all according to plan. But regardless, a lot of effort and dedication has gone into it. And you see another one here that's kind of taking a look around. And I would go as far as to wager and say that, you know, we saw it at the American Eventing Championships when that was here. I've seen it years and years over and over here, that maybe it's because of the openness of this ring. I'm not really sure what it is. We see it in the show jumping a lot. We've seen a lot of horses get super spooky in this ring. And, you know, today being no exception, that whatever it is, a lot of horses taking a peek.
Yeah, I really don't know. It doesn't seem like there is some atmosphere, but it's not crazy.
No, it doesn't seem like comparatively to a lot of other places, but
it's interesting.
The horses all agree. Word's gotten back.
Maybe.
Like,
maybe
hey,
part
buddy,
of it's that
watch
they
out.
know the stables are right there and all the other horses are, I mean, who knows?
Or the cross country going on. I mean, it's just so hard to say. So we welcome in Cristina for Canada.
Yeah, you can see him having a little peek down there at sea as well.
So this combination has done one 3-star short. They come to us from Canada, as I said, and have competed a lot in the Pacific Northwest. Most recently competing in the CCI 3-star short division at Aston Farm, where they finished in the top 5. Also recent competitors at Spokane, Aspen, Caper Farm, and here in the 2-star long division last year. So always fun to see people who are able to kind of build on the year prior, come back to the event at Rebecca Farm and step it up to the next level.
And I think she's managing him quite well. I think ideally we'd want to see the nose out a little bit more. We've seen that with a couple of these horses that have gotten tense and then they're curling behind the bridle a little bit. And a lot of judges are pretty adamant to not give the scores once the horse drops behind the bridle. So hopefully as he relaxes, he'll keep taking his nose out that little bit more. That was pretty good. Stand still. Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Patience.
I think there's certain movements. I mean, you're such a consummate professional, but it's been interesting in, you know, dressage training I've had over the years of my dressage coach saying, you know, you guys don't work on the walk and halting and standing there for a long time and things like that as much as you probably should. And I think that a lot of us do fall victim to that being true, you know, and but it's just as important in your test to practice those things and to take the time to practice everything equally as much.
Yeah, it's something I actually practice a lot, if I'm honest, especially like the halt and working on keeping the horse still and teaching them to be square. It doesn't always show up in my tests, but it is something I practice
but it's the goal.
It's an ongoing procedure with some of them.
Yeah.
But I do think it's an important part of sort of everyday training, especially if they're a horse that struggles with it.
Yeah.
And you just add it in anywhere in your work.
For sure.
Just halt, stand still, hang out and pat them, tell them they're super, hang out there for 5 minutes if you have to.
Yep. This horse owned by the rider.
He's definitely starting to settle a little bit more. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Oop, you jinxed it.
The curse of the commentator.
Oh no, and another one who's forgotten something. It seems that after lunch, maybe some of our riders
oh my goodness,
had
she
too
forgot
much
the circle as well, didn't
she? We've had a few already do that today.
I will admit I have done that in this test. I have forgotten one of the circles before. It happens. Oh, it was a much better canter departure. So.
And both times we saw the last two people who went off course, actually the next movement was better. So there is, you know, you're taking a hit, but at the same time, it's good practice. Nicely done, back up into canter.
Another one just struggling a little bit with the stretch canter. It's not an easy movement, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you can see he was just getting a little bit curled behind the bridle. Let's see if she can finish well with a good medium canter here. I think he's trying to do a change.
Yeah.
So she's really trying